marketing BS when you side price wash. Synth Quiz and news. So sit back, relax. Enjoy your favorite crew. Synth Geekery show. Synth Geekery's where it's at. So join the channel. Come on for a chat.
Hey everyone, you made it to another episode of Synth Geekery. How's your Saturday? Hopefully it's been awesome. It's awesome over here, and a big hello to everybody. How are we, guys? We good?
Good.
We got Ian and Chris and Daren this week. Just missing one guy, and that's Andy. He's apparently scooting around LA. I don't know.
He's travelling. He's travelling, isn't he?
Yeah, he's travelling. Yeah, he's in LA. But anyway, we miss him, but that's fine. He's healthy and everything. That's the main thing. So. He's doing some streaming stuff.
He's having a good time. So.
He's having fun, yeah. Awesome. Synth Geekery episode 318, Saturday the 25th of October. So here we are. We've reached another week. This week's a little bit quieter on the news, but as always, I always find something to talk about in news, so do stick around for that. We've got Synth Quiz. We've got nice, interesting little segment in Price Watch this week, and we also have our new segment, which I haven't even spoken to Ian about this, so we'll put him on the spot. Our new segment is called On This Day, and it's basically picking a couple of random tidbits that happen on this day, the 25th of October, in previous history, and hopefully we can make them synth related. And I was actually thinking, Ian, we might actually get you to run that segment in the future. Okay. There's an easy way to, you don't have to do much work to put it together, so I'll help you out with that.
Yeah, I'm up for that.
I mean, ChatGPT or something like that would probably do it for you. I actually don't do that way. I don't do that. I actually do it some other way, more of an old-fashioned way. Yeah. But you probably could just use something like that. Anyway, that'd be cool. And what else have we got? We've got... our regular segments as well, Saturday Sonority. Actually, this week, we say in Saturday Sonority, each week, ask us anything. And this week, literally, is that, ask us anything. We actually don't have a topic set. And I like to do this sometimes, not because we're being lazy or anything, but I actually like to leave it open. And because sometimes it actually leaves it to a really, really good fun show. Daren and I have had some really interesting topics that just pop out of the blue in some of the shows we've done over the many years, and it's good fun to do.
It can be from anything, literally anything.
Literally anything. We've talked about crumpets before. Put it that way.
Hey.
Hopefully, tell your friends anyway about the show. Don't forget to support us. We are a non-commercial, volunteer-based show. Everyone here is doing it out of the love. We're all synth guys. Actually, one of the things, I had an interesting conversation with someone local here, but during the week, and the conversation was, when you watch something and you think, I could do that. Everyone's thought that, I'm sure of it, to a degree, right? And then if you ever take that actual idea and go, I'm going to have a go at it, then there's the feeling of, oh shit, maybe it wasn't as easy as I thought.
Exactly.
So what we want to do with that sort of theory is, if you actually are watching this show and you think, these old geezers, I could do a better job than these guys. If you're one of them, you've got some criticisms about what it is that we do on the show, jump on, join us, help us out, or be part of the show if you want to, or even just let us know in the comments, because I always believe that, when we're on this planet, every day is a learning day, so we're always looking to improve ourselves, even if we are old geezers, or whatever you guys want to call us.
We're progressive old geezers.
Yeah. But I think, I honestly think, if you are young and you're watching this, and I know a lot of my audience, because you look at the YouTube demographic, does tell me a lot of my audience are
90.
generally a little bit older than, that we don't get sort of 15-year-olds and 20-year-olds and stuff. A lot of it's generally older. But if you are young and you are watching this, I feel that our wisdom and our knowledge in the industry should be something that you can actually learn from. You'll just have to put up with the old guys talking, It's a bit like listening to your old man crap on. You're used to that. You should be okay with it. Other than that, get off our lawn. Yeah, that sort of stuff.
Yeah, back after the war. Yeah.
As you can see, most of us have got synthesizers in the background. It's not just about synthesizers, the Synth Geekery show. We also do talk about drum machine sequences, eurorack modular, anything to do with synths, really anything. And that usually means that we're going to be talking about music technology, DAWs, digital audio workstations, computers. We can really kind of stretch the bow and talk about electronics and repairs and all sorts of stuff. So, and it is related because people have vintage synths and they do have to have those things looked after because they're failing these days, especially some of the old 60s and 70s stuff. Wait till we get to Price Watch. You'll be interested in that. Yeah. So yeah, don't forget to do the nice things you guys can do is free. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. If you can afford a coffee once a week, you can do the join. I think it's like a coffee once a month, really, the price of that. We also have a Discord server. There it is there. So do check out our Discord server. And also in chat, I am going to pin the Zoom, whatchamacallit, address. Now, it's done through Bitly. There's the Zoom address there, but I've pinned it in the YouTube chat. For those who are in Twitch and Trovo and Kick and Facebook, you guys can just copy that down using a pen and paper. I don't have another way of getting it to you.
You need to start getting QR codes on the show, Ranzee.
Yeah, I'll have to.
The latest thing.
The QR, actually, that's not bad. I can actually probably do that while we're streaming. Let's get that going anyway. Now, big hello to those guys who are on those platforms. We are streaming on Trovo and Kick and somebody's like, I remember talking to someone the other day about this. Like, you guys talk about Trovo and Kick. I've never heard of those platforms before. Now they've gone and checked them out. So there you go. We've helped educate and widen people's minds. So if you are on those platforms, do sing out and say g'day. Don't forget to follow us, especially if you're on Twitch, twitch.tv/Synth Geekery. If you're wondering if you do like watching and using the Twitch platform, which is now owned by Amazon. Don't forget, if you do really love us on that platform, don't forget to do an Amazon Prime thing for us, because that does help us with the algorithm over there as well. And if you are using a mobile device, great that you're watching us on the run, wherever you are, on a train, on a bike, whatever you're doing, just don't crash into anything. Don't forget, now the YouTube have got that new button that you can join us. Join the channel straight away now from your mobile device, which I think is really, really cool. So do check that out. All right, guys, let's get stuck into the show. We're going to do How's Your Week Been? And my favourite segment, because I like to catch up with these fellas and we find out. We'll start with Chris. Chris, how's your week been?
It's good. I was just typing in a chat thing, but that's okay. No, I'm good, mate. It's sorry, clipped the microphone a bit there. Yeah, no, I've had a good health, so that's always good. Yeah, busy working. I'm working on the DIY kits for my module. For example, if I go over to here, it has fun stuff like ooh, yeah. Sorry, I just got to work out how to get my page back. Thank you. There you go. Yes. Yeah, so yeah, this is the way my DIY kit manuals look, with lots of pretty pictures, PCBs there, and I individually tell you what all the components are, give you a visual bill of materials. Yeah, it's I did it for the first one, and a lot of people commented, a lot of the customers commented that it was an enjoyable kit to do, because of the pictures and stuff. So I continuing it. Of course, I didn't realise quite how many unique components I had in this module versus the previous one, so I had to do a bit of extra work, but that's okay. So yeah, doing my usual things, and yeah, you get to see all the different bibs and bobs that are in the kits, and these good old step-by-step instructions showing you all the different stages of building a even some hints on soldering, angles of soldering on, and stuff like that. Gives you the in the easiest position to sort of order to assemble these components. It's done to make it easier for you. So it's the usual thing that I do. But anyway, it takes quite a while, as you can see, to type in all this stuff and to get the pictures going and stuff. But yeah, it's all part of the thing, so that's good. So I'm about halfway through doing that, and in between working on that, doing music, and then do a bit more of work on this stuff, and then do some more music. Yeah. Doing a bit more stuff, then doing more music. Ranzee knows what I'm talking about. The only music I'm doing at the moment is his remixes, so that's the music I'm doing. Yeah, so I haven't had a lot of time for the modular. The modular's taken a bit of a back seat, but there's news, and of course, whenever there's news, there's GIS. So you'll see the GIS that's involved in when we have a look at a few products.
Decent gas.
Yeah.
There's decent gas.
Oh, yes, it's the curse of being into modular, I guess. Yes, other than that, yeah, nothing else to report. All quiet on the Western Front. No dramas.
That's good. Easy one for you.
Yep. Yeah.
Good man. All right, heading over to next person, which would be Daren. Daren, how's your week been, mate?
It's been quite I won't say chill because I've been working, but it's just been quite a normal week. Thinking about in the studio and work. I put a track up last week. Stay. I'm having to do the tracks now, sort of last minute, or come up with them and write them, and video them, and get them all done in a couple of hours. So the track went up last week. If you've not seen it, other than that, I've just been tinkering about, and so I've not had a huge amount of time in the studio, but when I've been in it, I've been tinkering about that and work. Really, it's been quite not a non-eventful week. Let's put it that way.
Awesome. Because you paused, I'm guessing that was it. That was it for you.
That was me. Just me. That was it.
Fantastic. Good on you. All right, we'll head over to Ian. Ian, how's your week been, buddy?
It's been good, actually. Hello, everybody. So a nice weekend last weekend with because it was our wedding anniversary. So my boys turned up.
Happy anniversary
on this. Thank you very much. So we had a lovely weekend. The boys came on Saturday morning, and we just went out and we did lots of stuff. Went to an art gallery about half an hour away in Bruton on the Saturday, and had a nice meal out on the Sunday. It was a really nice chilled weekend, actually. So I'm sorry I missed the show, and I'm really devastated to actually miss my one opportunity to get the synth, because it was obviously the DW8000, which sort of I'm gutted at, really. But I'm going to move to the 6000 from now on. Yeah. What else have I done? I formed a new band with a really great female singer who lives about half an hour away. We haven't got a name yet, but we're playing at the end of next month.
That's the way to do it.
And yeah, exactly. Where we are going through names now. And surprise,
is that the name? We haven't got a name yet. Is that the name of the band?
It is at the moment. Yeah, and believe it or not, I mean, you couldn't make this up. She's actually from York. So,
wow.
So I've come all the way to Somerset, and absolutely, yeah. Major disaster this week. We've had sewage seeping at the door to our kitchen door on Monday. We had complete devastation. In fact, I've just put a video up of the whole thing. So we had sort of what I thought was water coming through under our patio on last Wednesday, and it wasn't water at all, was it? It was people's poo. But actually, I have to say, Wessex Water, absolutely brilliant job. So we got a guy out on the. This was Monday, so got a guy out on Monday evening. Came out. He says, "Oh, he found where the problem was." He says, "I can't touch it. It's literally it's Wessex Water. You're gonna have to ring them." So we rang them. They were there within 2 hours. Took him a couple of hours till about 11 o'clock at night. He fixed the problem, and then literally next day, another team came and disinfected everything. They did an absolutely amazing job. And I know water companies get a lot of bad press, but they were absolutely great, really. But yeah, it wasn't quite what we wanted straight after a really nice weekend. This to have, all this stuff. And apparently it's wet wipes further up the sewer, people throwing wet wipes down. So not done it all. I mean, I've been practicing a lot Louise and I had a rehearsal last night, which went down well. Practicing for this gig. Went to see the Bruce Springsteen film yesterday. Deliver Me From Nowhere. It's worth going to, actually, because it's not about synthesizers, but it's about the way that he creates the Nebraska album, which was really, really quite interesting, and his mental health. So I would recommend people go to see that. And there is a CS80 in there.
Nice. Oh, nice.
So, but no, it was good. It was a really good film. So, that's pretty much my week, really. So, up and down, I think we'd say.
Up and down.
A bit shit in one part of the week and not so.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's
You're
good that YouTube doesn't have smell-o-vision. If you've
no, exactly. Oh, honestly, the smell was just horrendous. And actually, Jane said to one of the guy at one point, he says, "Is that somebody's poo I can see floating in our patio?" And he went, "Yeah." It was just wow. It was horrible. Anyway, it's all sorted now, and the smell's gone away.
Excellent.
Well, that's good. Now, speaking of QR codes, there you go.
Hey,
try the QR code out if that helps you guys.
Okay.
Yeah, in the middle. I'll take it off in a sec because that's going to be annoying. But that's the Zoom link if anyone wants to join us. We do have a couple of spots this week because Andy's away, and we can squeeze you in anyway. So we'll do that. I'll leave it up for a couple more seconds. Maybe I might leave it up while we do the synth quiz, eh?
Dismiss it away, balls.
Cool. That's what it is. Oh dearie me. We have another synth quiz this week, and yes, I do feel sorry for everyone who plays this game because we've got no prize, and it's literally just chaos, really. It's actually the best synth quiz in the world. Let's play it. We'll put the first clue up, and where are we? Hopefully this one is going to work for you. There's the first clue. Dubstep. There we go.
All right.
There's the first clue.
That may be 6,000 now, surely.
That may date your synthesizer clue there. That may date it, because I think there was a stage where dubstep didn't even exist. And there may be a stage in the future where it may not exist as well. I'm still holding out on the hope for that, particularly. Anyway, let me just take off the QR code. It's annoying me. Right. So yeah, while we're playing the synth quiz, you guys can enter your guess, I guess, in the chat by putting synth quiz and then the guess. You can have as many guesses as you want, but the first one's your official guess, and the rest are all just a bit of fun. And yeah, let's go from there. Now, we do have some segments to get through, so we'll get stuck into those, starting with Funny Side. Indeed, it is a bit strange this week. I might put Ian down the bottom instead of the chatties, because he's here. We do have this one. Bob, you asked me if I was in the physics business or the synthesis business. Neither. I'm in the acid business. I like that. And Breaking Bad, if you guys didn't get the reference there, that's the Breaking Bad
I never got to the end of Breaking Bad. What's the first,
oh, definitely worth it.
First couple of series.
Definitely worth it.
It's a fairly good payoff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just never got to see series 3.
I actually, I knew about Breaking Bad, but I never ever watched it. And then everyone used to say how good it was. And then I found sort of like the motivation to watch it by what's the lawyer's name? Soul. There was a series he did, like a spin-off series.
That was a spin-off, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Better Tell Soul.
Better Tell Soul.
Better Tell Soul.
So I watched that and I thought, actually, this is pretty good. And then I thought, okay, I'm going to have to watch Breaking Bad. And it was actually, it kind of didn't really have any spoilers in it either. So that was kind of good. It was worth it. Anyway, enough about Breaking Bad, because this is a synth show. And there weren't many synths in it, except for synthesizing methamphetamines. Right. Here's a mini Moog, if you haven't worked that one out. Oh, isn't he adorable? Hey?
Oh, he's so good.
Oh, that's adorable.
That's a brain already well developed at that age.
Yep, indeed.
Tell the shape of his forehead.
I want to have a frank discussion about the CZ101 on synth means, but I'm afraid of being banned for not having no filter. Boom.
Yeah.
Kind of matches the picture though.
Yeah, this one is like this. That's about the only people that are cheering about that one. It did actually have relevance to last week anyway. Pity that meme didn't come up last week. Anyway, it didn't, unfortunately. Next, we've got this one. Only on 9, my son wants to be a Dulles jammer. A devastating family drama.
Oh, that's good.
All right, we are going to release the poll into the YouTube chat. Sorry for those other platforms. Okay. The poll has been released. So vote, vote, space, 0 for acid business, 1 for mini Moog, or 2 for no filter, and 3 for Dulles jammer. And look at all the votes coming in, like a plethora. So far there's only 3 votes, 4 votes, 5 votes. It's coming though, as they say in the classics. And nobody, even after doing the QR code, Chris, nobody gave a shit about Zoom.
How do you know they didn't give a shit?
Well,
there seems to be a fair bit of it.
It's all floating under Ian's patio for a start.
Yeah, exactly.
No more shits to
they've
give.
already given
They've all given
enough.
it to Ian, basically.
Yes.
They have, yes, yeah.
All right, they're still voting. I'm going to wait for a couple more seconds. Oh, okay. Whoa, jeez. There's literally 2 memes that have been voted for right now. There's literally 2. Yeah.
I'm the only one that voted for.
I see.
Ian, you didn't do your vote properly.
Ian, you didn't put your exclamation point in the right place, mate.
That's why. Okay. I get another chance then, don't I?
You do. I'll wait for you. We'll just wait for you, Ian.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just talk among yourselves for a minute.
Yeah, get your reading glasses out. Yes.
There we go.
Exactly. Hang on. I'll just get my hearing
technology,
on.
you see. I can't do technology.
Well, look, I don't think it's possible for this. This meme's won it anyway, so I'm going to stop it now. The other ones are way below. All right, here we go.
Dun, dun, dun,
Then the winner is
Mini Moog.
Mini Moog. Where is he? Where did he go? Where'd he go? Where'd he go? And here we go. 1, 2, 3. Oh, isn't he cute?
He's cute.
Now, for anyone
He's dreaming of theremins.
Anyone is confused about that meme, please just leave the show right now. Because,
And I voted for the wrong thing anyway.
Maybe you should be on the guitar show instead. I'm just kidding. Right. And speaking of kidding, let's do some news. Hold on to your Eurorack, people, because we are going to do Eurorack this week. And there's a good reason to. There's good reason to, because there's a couple of good things that have popped out on the news this week. And who's missing again? Is it Ian? Ian's missing again. There we go. Fixed. Right. Ian, you can join us for the Eurorack news. Actually, there's one thing that's not Eurorack this week, so don't worry, Ian. You'll get to have a little fuzz.
I'll wait with bated breath.
You'll get to have a little fuzz. Let's talk about this one. This is the ZLIN. Don't forget too, with Chaos devices, they do. I think is it Romanian or is it Polish or
some kind of Eastern Bloc? Yeah,
there is definitely, these names are definitely from those parts of the world.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I'm not even going to pretend I know that part of the world's geography.
Pronunciation.
Pronunciation is not my thing. We used to have Brooksy on this show, and he used to be our resident linguist anyway. Anyway, so what do we got here? Chris? It's pretty interesting, this, isn't it? I mean, it's pretty basic what it does.
Yeah, on the surface, but it draws 25 milliamps. So it's doing something fancy.
Yeah. Well, it's a voltage-controlled crossfader. That's what it is. And what you're seeing is what you're getting. So you've got an A and a B. You've got input A and input B. And then you've got output. And so you chuck your audio or CV. Okay, so it doesn't have to be audio through it, and it will crossfade between the two. And you've got a couple of little options with the switch there, and so you can what are they saying? What you can do with it?
It's got 3 things written there. What do they mean?
Well, actually, you know what?
Ooh.
I'm going to
do the
a
video.
sum in, a copy out, and a control out. They're the 3 things that are written there if you're wondering. But I'm going to do the video.
Okay. Video's good.
Go. There's your +5, -5. There you go. There's a couple of little tricks he does in the rest of that video. I want you guys to go watch that on your own. Don't know why the little blog article thing didn't come up below there. I'm just going to fix that. Oh, there it is. It's not there. That's why. It didn't paste itself in. Let's get them in. It should appear in a second. Anyway, so the ZLIN or ZLIN is a crossfader. And you think to yourself, wow, I've seen crossfaders before. What's so good about it? Well, you saw the 3 little kind of tricks up its sleeve, and that is kind of like a template for you to then go and work out some cool things that you can do with that. So summing in is good, copying out is good, and then the control voltage, it's like mixing in the control voltage is also good as well. And I kind of feel like there must be some sort of VCA wizardry going on in the background. And I did have a little look at it. It does say it can be used.
They're using a new dual VCA chip.
Yeah, it's got a dual VCA chip.
Which I can guess what it is.
Yeah.
But, I got one in my drawer. Haven't done anything with it yet, but to buy it.
So a couple of the uses. So obviously the ones for crossfading between audio signals is what you saw, and CV signals is also what you saw with the LFO in the video, but you can also use it as a drone VCA, and you can also use it for ducking and feedback control. Yeah. So these are some of the things that people may not realize that you can use these things for. So there you go. That is the ZLIN. Now, I know, Ian, you're probably going to say I'm out, and I respect that and everything. And Daren, you are welcome to comment. I know you're a bit short on the eurorack stuff these days.
I think it's cool. It's cool. Great for live as well, I think. But yeah, I'm a bit shorter than you two because my modular's not woke up for like 18 months probably.
Yep. Now, $95 US is the price that I've got for it, which is actually pretty reasonable for Chaos device stuff because they usually are a little bit more pricey.
It's on the low end of their offerings.
Yep. I think pretty sure it's available now from what I could work out. So if you guys want to rush out and buy one of these, if you think this is kind of ticking a box, I don't have a crossfader in my eurorack. I've got a Planner 2 which you can use as a crossfader. It's more like an XY crossfader. And I guess technically we could use other modules, Chris, that Behringer have given us and stuff as crossfaders, but it doesn't have the slider, the traditional, monkey see, monkey do type crossfader.
I have two things that kind of overlap this area. I've got the not Acid Rain. Acid Rain, isn't it? Is the company Acid Rain? I think the company might be Acid Rain. I've got their slider to control voltage. That basically just gives you a slider for generating control voltage. And I've also got a passive fader module from SynthAddict, which I haven't built yet. And that's really simple because that's really just a passive filter.
Chris, did you have one that? Oh, what was it now? Had loads of LEDs behind it.
And welcome to this video.
Sorry.
You could.
Sorry.
Yeah, it was touch sensitive, or was I imagining it?
Yeah, the Bella is a touch sensitive version, similar to the Acid Rain one, but it's actually a touch sensor. And that also does automation. So that's a good CV, another good CV generation.
I love that module. I actually wanted to get one of those. I never got one.
Yeah. You can actually get them from Mouse. Can you believe it?
No.
From Elect. Yeah, I know. I didn't know that. I didn't believe it, and then checked it and went, no, this is real. And that was shortly after you told me there were other things you could get at Bunnings, like home keyboards now. So the whole world was going crazy that year. I've also got the module. It's the one that I showed. It's on a video on my YouTube channel, which has 4 inputs, and it goes between all 4 different inputs. So this is like going between 2. This one goes between 4. But of course, you need to partner it with a slider to get the same kind of functionality. So this is very much a case of putting certain things together in a unique way, just so. And if that's exactly what you're looking for in your module, that's what these things are designed for. For people who have a particular need for this particular thing. It's modular people can be very particular. It's part of the fun of it.
Yeah. I mean, electronically, a crossfader is basically a mixer.
Yeah.
So
it's basically a mathematical equation based upon the resistance sent to a VCA, and then the opposite of that sent to the other VCA. It's just turning one up when it turns the other down. And there's a bit of, you can do a bit of more fanciness with respect to what the curve is, how it moves, constant power, it's a bit like panning. There's, maths you can do there, which of course you can do in analog. But yeah, it is basically just like 2 VCAs linked together negatively, so to speak. One does the opposite of the other.
It is linear, by the way. If anyone did pick up on Chris's comment just then about curves, it is a linear crossfader.
Yep. Yeah.
So the potentiometer that they're using for the slider is a linear-based potentiometer, not a like
audio taper.
taper type one, yeah.
Yeah, audio taper is a very particular type of slider.
You'd probably want it to be linear if it's got the linear graph on the print there. So you'd probably want it to be uniform in that sense, so that you could dial in the number, especially if you're doing CV based crossfading. Because of that +5 -5, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's handy if you want to kind of mentally remember that you can look at it and kind of get a fairly good idea of what voltage you're putting out in that mode where the top output is outputting a voltage, for example. Yeah, it's kind of, if it's a funky curve, then it can be a bit like frustrating. You need your Mordex data sitting next to you all the time, and it gets old pretty quick. But yeah, I mean, it wouldn't be a bad thing to have that as an option. I mean, that might be nice to have an extra option of being able to control the curve. Yeah. While we're asking for extra shopping list things. Yeah. I'm sure they have a massive shopping list that ends up on the cutting room floor.
Yeah, possibly.
It's just yeah.
All right. Well, I think that's about all we can talk about with crossfaders, unless someone in the chat has brought something up that's going to be groundbreaking. I'm having a quick scan. I can't really see anything.
No, I've not seen anything.
Jack wants to know, why are all the YouTube names broken? It doesn't look broken to me.
They're not broken. They've just got unique characters at the end of all of them, or most of them, depending on when you joined YouTube. There's a hint there. I think the later you joined YouTube, the more chance that you're getting
doesn't say that
swept up, shall we say, in some kind of housekeeping that YouTube are doing. You know how YouTube seem to do housekeeping, like when Rant loses 100,000 subscribers overnight and stuff like that. I think YouTube is doing something like going through and saying, there's a lot of people with names very similar. I'll just put some random characters at the end to make them truly unique. We'll tell them later. You don't reckon that's what it's doing?
Well,
that's what it looks like.
Got James, and he's got numbers after the end of it when he never used to have. And Marky's got a load of bits after his.
I'm just looking at, the 3588 for James. I see it. Yeah.
Yeah. Don't you reckon it reeks of trying to create unique IDs and changing the database,
Marky's
sounds like housekeeping to me.
Mine's just got Ranzee, so I'm really bored right now because I'm not getting attacked.
Yeah, mine's normal too.
Yeah, probably because I've been here for too long. Anyway, let's go to the next product. Ian, wake up, because this is not Eurorack. Here we go.
Oh, God.
This is Error Instruments, though. They are a Eurorack manufacturer, but they do standalone products. This is called the Indian Resonator, which is a standalone box. It is based on one of their Eurorack modules. But the cool thing is you can buy it as a standalone. And what's that guy's name? Voltas or something? The guy that does the videos. Anyway, I forget his name. What it is, it's a hybrid sound device that brings the oscillator and the resonator designed for creating, those sort of rich, evolving sort of tones that you get. You get two self-oscillating resonant filters that modulate and feed back into each other. So you'll see that in the dial coming up in a second. The video I'll show in a sec. What it does is it produces harmonic interactions, and the sound ranges from deep sub basses, which you'd expect with any sort of sine wave type stuff, to airy flute-like resonances, and it can be functioning as both melodic or percussive in its voicing, and it's ideal for that. Error Instruments are basically these guys that do that real experimental RT type sound textures. That's really their forte, and good on them. They really try and push the gambit. Anyway, this one actually comes with light controlled modulation as well.
Nice. Yeah.
And so that's good.
LDR.
It gives you a bit more expressive control via hand movements or external CV signals. And what was the other thing I was going to mention? The 3 light control modulation oscillators in there, and you get trigger input and low pass gate output as well, and you also get CV inputs for the modulation parameters as well up top, And it's pretty compact in design. It's 8 HP in the eurorack measurements, but that's actually quite small for a little box anyway, and ideal for that sort of non-linear feedback behavior that you would get in. I feel this could be knocking on your door because of the stuff that I know that you're interested in. Yeah.
Sounds like that way. Yeah.
Price, the standalone is TBA, but just to give you a ballpark, because I didn't actually get a price on the video or on the listing, ballpark is the module itself. If you were to buy the module, it's $165 US. So you would expect it to be a little bit more. Like it'd probably be maybe over 200 for you're paying for the box, I guess. Yeah, so I would suggest it around there.
That knob looks kind of fancy.
Does, yeah. All right, let's have a look at the vid. I like the knob. You never go wrong with a knob.
Lovely.
Just ask Daren. Right.
Hey. It's also purple. Purple knobs.
It's making sure
exactly. It's going to be big and purple.
This model, it was already existing in Eurorack, the Indian Resonator, and we make the Indian Resonator in standalone after many requests, and yeah, this is it. Yes, the Indian Resonator is a resonator, a sound that can sound like a flute. It's a resonating sound of 2 filters and some feedback from the self-oscillation that goes in a kind of sound of a flute, a sound of a really weird feedback. But it sounds beautiful. It's nice with a little bit delay, and then we decided to make it in Eurorack, and after that we decided to make it standalone. We put some extra stuff there. We have sensors, LED sensors on 3 of the potential meters with switches, so you can choose, and there's control voltage input if you want to use it for a standalone device. The sound, it's really based on feedback and sweet spots, so all the knobs are a little bit reliable on each other, as you hear. So yeah, let's see around what's happening. This is just filmed with my phone, so it not get a really high sub sound, but it does the job. Let's see. The sensors down. If I give it some light, so it's a light, react on light, and this is only one oscillator, and there are 3. You can also turn it off if you don't want to let it react on light.
Now, I'm just wondering if anyone just picked up that sound after they've gone to their local Indian restaurant and had a really nasty curry.
Yeah, exactly.
But Ian, sorry, over to you, mate. I know you'd be interested in stuff
I'd
like
like it. My first question is has he got it connected into a delay unit or something like that?
Yeah, he does. He did say that in the video. Yeah.
Right. All right. Okay. So I was just wondering. I love the sound of it. I think it's great. But obviously it needs external. Some external effects to probably get the best out of it. Yeah. And I am also thinking I can probably do some of these sort of sounds with my Terra and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I like that. I like the little using light. That's a great idea. So, and if it's say it's 250 quid, what's not to like, really? If you haven't got anything of that in your armory, then it's a no-brainer, really. Yeah, and I like a big knob too.
I can't see it being 250. I'd think it'd be more like 200.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a bargain, really.
And I like the way you can switch off the light sensors as well, because a lot of things like this never have anything to switch them off. So, but cool. Yeah, quite a nice little.
Yeah, there we go. Price €275. So there you go. It's probably 275.
240, 250.
Yeah, okay. So you're probably on the money
like
there,
that.
Ian. There you go.
Yeah.
Right. One of the things, just a bit of feedback for. I love our instruments, by the way. Paul's the guy, by the way, from the video. Please don't use your phone to record. I know you can use.
You mean even if you apologise for doing it?
Yeah, just
yeah.
Like you're an actual musical instrument production company. You should be using a quality.
I agree.
Audio recording.
I mean, he didn't sound bad off his phone, but come on.
The guy's awesome. He's kind of crazy, but
he's excited.
Yeah, he does. He's one of the most excited YouTubers out there.
Yeah.
But yeah, just I don't know. You're selling your product. Give it a fighting chance. Put it into a decent sort of audio source and record it that way. It didn't sound too bad though. The audio, I just
no, it didn't. I think it sounded okay. I love the functionality of it. I can see me using it in EMOM, with the light sensors. That's a great idea.
Yeah. Just one thing with those light sensors, this is from the looks of it, Chris, I would say they're pretty stock standard type light sensors that you can just get at any electronics store.
LDRs, light dependent resistors.
Yeah, they are not as, in my opinion, I've used them before in many projects. Like you can go down and get an Arduino kit with these things in them, right?
Yeah. Make theremins out of them.
You can, but they're not. They don't have that sort of. They're not a D-beam, put it that way. They don't have quite as
precise.
Much. You're going to have to get pretty close to it to do stuff. Depending on the light source in your room too, if you can darken your room and then put a really bright light over it, like torches and stuff like that, they can behave a bit differently. So you can get some sort of weirdness about it. I just find them not the best form of light modulation or light. What do you call it?
Yeah, they're by no means like a proximity sensor. So you can't, your position of your hand isn't directly proportional. It's at a certain point it's like, oh yeah, and then okay, it's not changing. Why is that? It's because it's getting all of the light in the room because it's an omnidirectional light sensor. It's non-directional, I guess is the main thing about it.
Yeah. I just feel like if Daren's going to be at a club, buys this, and then all of a sudden the disco lights are going crazy and the strobes are on and the thing's like barking like a dog and he's wondering.
Turn it off, quick. Hence the reason why I like the way they've got the switches to turn them off.
Yeah.
Which is
exactly, yeah. They're thinking.
Yeah. Anyway, Indian resonator, complete with Indian curry resonations. For you guys, enjoy. As I said in the chat, it was about €275. Keith reckons anyway. Good on you, Keith, for finding that out for us. All right, what else? We're back to Eurorack. Ian, sorry, I do apologise. This one
nothing to apologise for.
This one is
that's fine.
It's been released through DivKid, so I haven't actually spoken to Ben for a little while. But anyway, Ben's been busy. This is the Steady State Gate Stereo Field by SSF. They are doing a stereo field generator on this, and I really wanted to play his video because he does a really good job of his videos, but I always get copyright claims when I do them. Anyways, if you're wondering what this is, it's actually it's a stereo low pass gate, which really has piqued my interest because I love low pass gates. I don't think you can ever get enough of them, especially I actually think that how many desktop and keyboard type synths have you seen out there that have got low pass gates on them? I kind of feel like low pass gates more of a Eurorack and Buchla type world thing, and I'd actually be interested to see if they actually do appear in the other type of synthesizers because I actually think they're a really cool tool to have. Anyway, this is designed in the stereo field, so that's kind of its hallmark. So you can merge filtering, timbre shaping, stereo spatial controls, using the low pass gate theory, which is also kind of cool. But you're actually getting the two, the true stereo design where you can actually control the left and the right, or the two different outputs if you want to look at it that way. You do have the dynamic timbre and chaos controls for tone shaping on this. So it's that one in the middle. And you've got two field modes, a psychoacoustic stereo enhancement and a panning. So that's kind of nice. Anyway, you've got a whole bunch of little switches, and you'll see it's a bit hard to, and maybe I might zoom in a little bit for this.
It's very
a little hard to see. So in the middle, you've got 3 sliders. You've got a decay, a timbre, and a frequency slider. In between them, you'll see switches. Now, the left-hand side, the 2 switches there, the top switch is far and near, and that determines the field knob above. And the right-hand side, you've got chaos and off, chaos with a Q, and that determines the Q factor knob. And then below, you've got a saturation, chaos, and fold switch. And on the right, you've got a 1 PLP and a 2 PLP to a bandpass type low pass gate control, right?
Yeah.
The 10 HP module is selling at the moment for a little bit more than the other 2 that I just showed you. $369 US or 295 British smackaroonies. I might just see if I can squeeze a little bit. Where's
little spasm of the video?
Yeah. Let's see if I can find a bit here. All right, here we go. See if we're going to get in trouble. And we'll turn that off. Here we go.
I'll remove the effect of that for now. So that's the general sound.
He keeps talking. There we go.
But listen to the stereo.
In fact, if I stop triggering it, here's that supersaw chord coming in.
Let's just go back because I wanted to hear the low pass gate. Here we go.
So here we've got some really lovely dynamic chord stabs from the stereo supersaw chord coming in to the stereo field.
So the stab is actually, the low pass gate is actually being triggered by envelope, and then you do get this kind of envelope influencing stuff.
But also the hi-hats in the drums, kind of giving a unifying effect in some modulation between the kind of bass and drums in this patch.
I'm being really careful about how much I can play, guys, so I do apologise. But you can see there's a 40-minute video on this module. It is really deep. It is massively deep. You might think, oh, it's just a stereo, filter type thing. It's not. It's really, really deep what it can do.
It's got some really cool stuff.
Yeah. I can see this thing flying off the shelves, honestly. And usually when Ben's on something, he's usually all over it for a reason. So anyway, that's the SSF, Steady State Gate Stereo Field. I kind of feel like if you're into sort of stereo field type sounds, and that seems to be, like I keep saying each week in eurorack, that seems to be the growth area.
Yeah.
Because of that, you then are going to need modules that can handle that. Make Noise are doing some massive work in that area as well. So this would work beautifully with some of the new Make Noise things that are just coming out, I believe. I love that little that chord stabby.
The supersaw chord. Yeah,
supersaw chord.
Nice.
Yeah,
with the ratchets. Yeah, it's very nice.
Yeah.
He even goes into the video. He even goes into how to create those kind of modulations.
He does.
So he's thinking about it, trying to help us.
Oh yeah.
Thanks, Ben.
Good on you, Ben. Awesome. And good on SSF. Yeah.
Impressive.
Yeah. Like I said, low pass gate in a stereo field, you can't go wrong with it. Go check that out if you can. By the way, links are in the blog article. You guys can see them below. I actually keep forgetting to do this because I actually programmed this thing in. So this is what news item 3. This will be the same link for all news items. Yes. So it doesn't matter if you guys missed out, but it should paste the link to the blog article in the chat. Now, that blog article won't be live until 6 p.m. UTC time today. There it is there. Jeez, it took a little while. Right. So that's just for the YouTubers, but you guys can read it on your screen if you're on the other platforms. Okay. Last thing, it is Eurorack again, but it's a resonator again. This time it's a Eurorack resonator. This one's by TipTopAudio, and I have to be honest with you guys, this only hit my desk today, this one. So I didn't get a chance to look at it. You guys are actually seeing it like me for the first time. I haven't even watched the video yet. It's a 12-minute video. I'm hoping that there's some information at the start of the video. They've done a good job there, hopefully. But I did go back and have a read on their webpage and tried to sort of put as much information as I could. Chris, you could probably help me out if anything goes wrong. Anyway, from what I can work out, it's based on the Polymoog resonator from 1975.
Yep.
And so it's an analog Eurorack module. It provides voltage controls over every single parameter. As you can see, you actually have like all these different
gain, emphasis, and frequency.
Yeah, all these different sort of frequency bands.
Emphasis, of course, is resonance.
Yep. And then you've got sort of low pass, high pass, band pass on each of the rows. Now, how it works out is it gives you kind of filtering and tonal shaping. That's kind of the effect that it will give you. And then you have selectable frequency ranges, multiple gain stages, emphasis CV with a limiter and a bypass switch. And the module also delivers that sort of clean analog signal path, which they TipTop say that's clean of digital noise, okay, or LED interference, okay. So maybe they don't have LED screens and stuff on here. Anyway, so one other thing I read, where is it? Really good for polyphonic setups. That's kind of the hint that they want to go with here. So I don't know. There was no mention about whether this was ART module compatible or not. So I don't know if that is a thing.
Well, it's got the TTA logo on the bottom.
So maybe it is. Okay, cool.
Which I think is their, multi-channel.
Yep.
Polyphonic.
Yeah, because that's why I mentioned it, the art thing series. Price $199 US for a resonator. Polymoog. Let's call it a Polymoog resonator. I mean, because that's really more fair.
Okay.
Let's have a squiz at the vid. Hopefully there's some interesting stuff. there we go. So there was probably more in that video later on where he does a bit more complex patching. Anyway, so TipTopAudio been around for a while. I love the little use of the little stack of cables in the video. If you guys have forgotten, that's actually TipTopAudio's own invention. Little plug there. Little plug for a plug.
There are alternatives now.
There are, yeah, indeed.
They're all different.
The Resonator. The Resonator, $199 US, as I mentioned before. Jump out and grab it. I actually think the video should have done a drum processing in there. I reckon I would have liked to have seen that, because I think resonators are good for drum effect processing. They're really good for that stuff. I do like how it's got the switchable frequencies too. Not sure if would it have been good to have a dial-in though on that, or yeah, not sure.
A dial? What do you mean?
Like so that you've got, you know how a lot of the filters have, I mean, this is a Polymoog recreation, right? But there's notch missing. There's I
see your point. Yeah, it also would be nice to have a unified control like the Spectrophone, so that you can sweep all of them simultaneously. That'd be handy.
Yeah, I can't see one there. There is
you can patch
unified volume, and that's about it, isn't there?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's missing a few tricks, or maybe they are trying to stay true to the Polymoog's setup. I did actually have a bit of a look at the Polymoog to see how much different it was, and it kind of sort of replicates that ideology there. Yeah, but yeah. The first resonator was the Indian resonator from Error Instruments, and this one is completely different. So
it's a British. They're British, aren't they?
TipTopAudio. I don't know.
British or German? I can't remember. I thought they were British for some reason.
I thought they might have been in the US.
Yeah, excellent. I know a lot about Eurorack, as you can tell.
Yeah, you and me both, mate.
Someone will tell me quicker in the chat than I can Google it.
I thought they were British. Yeah, someone's saying the US. You're probably right. I'm always attributing stuff
so
to
they've not put their address on.
British.
So.
Anyway.
Yeah. I did like the sound of it though. So for me, I thought that was more like a usable sort of sound.
Yeah, it's kind of a classic sound. It's, as I said, I liken it to these resonator things. It's kind of like, dismantled phasers. They're phaser-like in some ways, but not. So it's like, but it's definitely got that vibe. You say, oh, I need a phaser, but not quite a phaser. I'll try the resonator. That's sort of my sort of feeling.
Okay, that's interesting. To answer your question, Chris, they were originally based in Silicon Valley in California, but apparently they are now located in Thailand.
Interesting.
And that may be because where they're manufacturing stuff. But that's okay. So that's
interesting because there's another modular company in Thailand that's been spruiking their modules lately.
But that was Gemini telling me. So Google Gemini may be wrong. But there you go.
AI.
Yeah.
Just
don't trust
ask
the eye,
Ben,
boys.
Ben Jordan.
Anyway, that's it for news this week. Two resonators, 3 eurorack modules, and 1 standalone, which was a eurorack module. Sorry, Ian.
It's fine. No. It's fine.
Last week, mate, you missed out on literally last week
I
and the week before.
I missed out on loads of stuff last week. Yeah.
It was busy last week. We actually haven't done any Eurorack for a while. I feel like I'm almost feeling like the pressure. Come on, back to Eurorack.
Did you cover the new? Did you cover the new Soma pedal last week?
No, we didn't cover it. Yeah,
because I got an email about it this week, which Soma, what's it called? Soma something or other. Soma Warp.
Yeah, I saw it. I saw it.
Yeah, not cheap.
We'll move it across to next week if you want to have a chat about it. I wasn't sure if it was kind of synthy enough, but anyway, Soma is a synth company, I guess. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So maybe we should give it a go. Okay. News-wise, we're done. We can pop that screen off. Nobody's jumped into Zoom, so that's okay. I'll just remind people, as Chris suggested, to using a QR code. There's the QR code. Does that actually work?
Wrong way.
Try and scan it, yeah. See if I can get him to scan mine.
Where's my phone?
Right. Let's try it. QR code. Oh, yeah, it works.
Yeah, but it takes me to some porn site.
It does take you to bit.ly, and you just click continue to destination.
Yeah, there we go, yeah.
Don't do that
Join the show.
Do this one. Do this
one. Chris, what are you doing? All right. What happens to my layers? No. No. What are you doing? Go away. There we go. Cool. All right. Let's do Synth Quiz second clue. Ready?
Yeah.
Go for it. Oh my God. Step sequencer.
Yeah. So it's kind of weird for a synth to say step sequencer. Do you know what I mean? Like most synths have step sequences in them, but do you understand where I'm giving you kind of a hint here?
Yeah.
It's kind of weird for them to say step sequencer as opposed to it being written in the manual somewhere. We've got a step sequencer. Here it is. It's blah blah blah. This one's kind of almost like they're proud of it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's not just any sequencer, it's a step sequencer.
We're proud of it. Anyway, let's do Crosswatch. Screaming through the show this week, guys. Now, first cab off the rank. We have to show this. Of course we have to show this. It's the Florian Schneider collection. Did you guys see this? Anyone know about this?
No, I didn't see this.
I only heard about it. I didn't actually look it up, though.
Okay, so let me get it up on my other computer here. Because it's actually the Julian's Auction website that's doing it. Have you guys heard of Julian's Auctions? So they're based in Nashville in the United States. And they've got this is really interesting. So what I've done is I've gone through the auction catalog. It's massive amount. There's 463 stuff in here, bits of stuff, right?
Okay.
And I've taken a screenshot of some interesting bits out of it.
Oh, cool.
So you can see just in that screenshot,
Nice.
There's the Sennheiser vocoder, there's the AKS, there's the Korg, there's his Passport, there's the VP330. And then there's like an album cover / flyer thing. But have a look at this. There's a whole bunch more stuff. Literally, there's suits and like flutes and suits, and there's his Passport there. There's his 1930s Telefunken Volks, which is a pre-synthesizer thing. So he was really into like vintage synthesizer things as well. Then you've got things like the Dynacord, which is a Super Tape Echo. There's a $800 bid on this, and that will probably go for about $5,000. So that one, if they get that for $800, they're doing well. But look at this, $27,500 for the AKS Synth. Sorry, it's not an AKS. Sorry, this is an EMS Synth A, I should say.
Yeah.
The AKS has got the little blue keyboard. That one's already above the estimate, so that one's going crazy. But look at this; it's got little friggin' oscilloscopes and the Harmegs, and he's got like these old humming power supplies and scales and all sorts of cool stuff here. Yes. Flight cases.
You know who's very interested in this and who just put out a video on it? Heinbach.
Yeah, he loves this sort of stuff.
He loves this stuff. Yeah.
But look at the old the George Hirsch upright bass. Look at this.
Wow.
Interesting. You've got a
very.
It looks like a Les Paul type guitar, but it's actually not. It's called the arch top guitar with the diamond pickup, the Black Rose. That'd be nice. And then you've got some interesting things like the Hofner Hawaiian. There is actually the Hohner guitarette. These things, he's got 2 of these. They'll go pretty cheap. Look, it's bidded $200 and it's already at $700. Whoever's doing this auction is going to make an absolute killing anyway. There's the Man Machine promo flyer.
Rick, I've got one of those transfer switch boxes.
I've got one of those as well. The grey data transfer switches. I think every man and their dog had one. With the parallel connector on the back. Yeah. Then you got two Korg drum machines here. You got the Rhythm 55 and the KPR 77. Oh, you've got DJ Mingle, a light controller if you're into that DJ light control stuff. A Denon CD player.
Wow, that belongs in a radio station.
That I wouldn't be surprised if that wouldn't read the burnt CDs. I reckon that wouldn't read the burnt CDs. So, because you have to have a special deeper laser type thing.
Yeah, different laser.
You got the Yamaha DD10.
The Yamaha. How much?
The DD10. Lots of woodwind instruments. He must have had a massive woodwind in the TR-606 there. Look at these racks he's got here. Like this rack here, it says a large rack of audio equipment, which includes a MIDI Moog, Roland, Studio Electronics, Summit, Quantec, and Yamaha. So if you're looking at what's in there, you'll probably find a bit more than $6,000 in that. There's the VP330. This one's got the
Circlone in the middle. Looks like a Circlone.
That's a Circlone, yeah.
Yeah, it is.
The Schaltwerk sequencer, the Doepfer Schaltwerk sequencer. Now this would be an interesting rack to get.
Wow.
Yeah. Some harpsichords and some oboes and look at this rack here. This one just says a large rack of audio equipment. You can click on these things and it will show you. Like, I guess we can zoom in on some of this stuff. There we go. You can zoom in.
You obviously liked having everything on wheels.
Yeah. There's a bearing.
I love the massive wires. God.
Yeah. Anyway, so thanks to Steve, by the way, for sharing that one with us. That is the Florian Schneider collection. By the way, everything that you see on today's show, it's a little plug, is on that blog article that you guys saw during the news section. And this, if you want to find the link to this, that's in there as well. So you guys can go check that out. All right, let's go to the next. The next thing I found was Yamaha VL1.
Wow.
If you're into physical modeling, this thing is...
VL7 there.
VL7, sorry, I should say. I said VL1, didn't I? The VL7.
Okay.
Yeah. If you're into physical modeling, that is what you are getting here. It's obviously the cut down version of...
Is it? Okay. Yeah, the VL1 was the flagship, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I'm not sure it's worth $3,000.
Yeah, I don't know. I was going to ask you about that, Ian. I'm not sure either.
No, I don't think so.
It's all digital though, right? The whole thing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
There's a couple of photos here on,
It's in
on
Tokyo.
Reverb. Yeah, doesn't mean it's bad. Just means
No. But they do put some silly sort of prices. Some of the stuff.
It's version 2, Chris.
Yeah. Oh my god.
2 mod
Done
wheels.
with the version 1.
Version 2 has 2 mod wheels. Yeah, this is got to be 90s vintage. This has.
Yeah, post M1.
$110 for those who have got 220, 240. It does do 50 hertz though. Maybe that's switchable inside. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it might be.
Oh, that guy. What's his name? The video guy. The Japanese guy. Music Track. Do you remember the Japanese guy, Music Track, that does the synth demos? I haven't seen him for a while actually. His channel was called Music Track, and he was really good. Like a Japanese guy, did a lot of demos of synths and stuff. Yeah,
cool.
Did someone in chat say how old the Yamaha VL1 is, or are they all asleep? VL7, I should say.
Looks like they've also put it on Reverb. Exactly the same one. Not on Reverb, on eBay, sorry.
Oh, that's right. There is a PLG card you can get for this. So, you know, Daren, you know how you've got the PLG card in your AN1X, right? Technically, you've actually got 2 in there. So you can actually get a PLG card for this. Apparently. So this may actually be even newer than late 90s. This might be like early noughties. I can't find it anyway. But it might be around that sort of late 90s, early noughties vintage.
Hang on, I'll tell you. Just saw something on.
I tell you who likes these. You guys will know him very well, and that's Robbie Puricelli.
95.
94 is what I'm getting.
90, oh yeah, 95. Well, 95 sound and
94, 95.
So, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyway. Okay, and this one's for Daren, the next one.
Oh, thank you.
Look at this. This is called the Battle Scarred Badass Roland SH101.
Gee.
10 minutes with a wire wheel. I can make you one.
Yeah, where's it been, Daren?
Wow.
Trying to work out what actually.
Yeah, it's not like it's lost its corners. There's no cracking of the plastic.
Is it? I can't.
Have they done it on purpose though?
Well, they're right. Yeah, that's more like a coating, because the lettering's all fine.
Yeah.
Well, maybe the bend there's a little bit. No, that's some sort of artwork on it, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like they've put some.
Well, I say artwork, but
light grey or white paint on it, hasn't it?
You know what it looks like to me?
Yeah,
it looks like someone who tried to clean it,
much.
And they didn't do, the thing they recommend, which is do it on a non-conspicuous area first before applying to the unit. These guys clearly did not.
They didn't do the battery cover
Probably because they couldn't find the battery cover.
Yeah, look, the battery cover.
Where's that battery cover? I lost the battery cover. Weren't replacement battery covers like a common thing? Used to be able to get them. Well, used to have them on eBay.
The common thing with the SH101 is there's so many of these with rusted battery compartments.
Corrosion. Yep.
Yeah. That's why you can't do a test on the bottom of it, because the bottom of an SH101 is not the same as the top.
No.
No, it's a metal plate.
A non-conspicuous area.
There we go. The electronics look to be in reasonable nick. Oh, what's he showing us there? The battery compartment.
It's the battery section.
That thing there, is that like looking a bit dodgy? Dodgy bodgy.
Looks old, but not necessarily non-standard.
Anyway, it does look to be in, I reckon it's reasonable condition, and for $1,000 US, I reckon that's a pretty good price. I actually haven't seen, that one's in Florida, by the way, if you guys are wondering. Okay, so what this guy's saying, if you guys want answers about what's happening, he's saying it's his fault. It was a UV greened olive to brown gradient mess when I got it, and I tried whitening the case and left it under UV lamp. So okay, so he's tried the bright what do you call it?
UV light.
Peroxide.
Brightening.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And you can see the original color in the battery door. While my process works wonders for keys and buttons, it does not work for grey cases. Yeah, you shouldn't have put it on your paint. Anyway, now it looks like a quirky camo exterior. But he reckons the electronics and rear case and keys and everything are perfect. Power button is also solid. No amount of wiggling and wobbling impacts anything. All functions. There you go. Pretty decent price. I think $1,000 for an SH101. And obviously the nasty part of it is the fact that you have to deal with that horrible looking design.
Cosmetic.
Yeah. It does look quite horrible. Like the close-up photos just...
It does, doesn't it?
It doesn't look good at all. I just want to just refresh your memory there. It looks quite terrible. Yeah, that
would be kind of icky to use, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it looks quite terrible. All right. Anyway, what else do we have this week? This one is going to floor us, literally, with the price. These are US dollars, by the way, the prices. So this is a mini. This is a Moog 3C modular. So this was made in 1968 or 1969, somewhere around
bench compatible list.
Yeah, stick it in your top pocket, Daren.
Yeah. Well, the semi-trailer drives along next to you. Yeah.
What I want to show you though,
all over it.
What I want to show you guys though is look at the condition of this thing. It is immaculate. Nice. Have a look at this. It is absolutely immaculate. It's probably been restored. It looks beautiful. The keyboard, everything. For 1969. Oh, what happened there?
Somebody crashed.
Hello, Google.
Yeah. Oh, we just lost it, do we? No.
I'll see if the stream's still going.
Oh, there we go. Back.
Yep, stream's still alive.
It's come back. Here we go. Must have hit something on my mouse. Weird. But like, I was looking at all these photos earlier, and I just thought to myself, it is really good. Good condition. You can see some evidence of 1960s on some of the things. But I'm wondering if Kent is actually in the chat. I haven't had a chance to look. But these coloured switches, were they the original coloured switches, or was this a sort of after ad thing?
Are they? They look neons. Look like neons, but
yeah,
it's not a close-up picture. Do you have any close-up pictures? Could shoot at us. Maybe you have them.
I don't think Kent's there, but he has done work for Soundgas in the past.
Okay, they look kind of pretty custom, don't they? I don't think I've ever seen anything.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if they've
certainly not from the 60s.
If they've added those, it doesn't look 60s technology. It looks new.
No.
I might have a read in a sec.
Definitely new. I was wondering why they were showing up so well. I thought, geez, those neons have lasted well. Must have replaced every single one of them.
I'm not sure if it's the camera, but are these connectors gold plated, or are they just discoloured over age? Or
they usually go sort of over. It looks like it's been shot with fairly warm lighting as well, which would definitely add to that. So
sort of
they go that kind
light.
of they kind of go a slightly yellow, kind of dull grey. Then they're that old.
when you're paying that price, this is the sort of detail you want to get.
Oh, absolutely.
All this stuff was handmade, you know, back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Was there anything written in here about the neon lights? The owner says he's the second owner.
Rocker switches. No, not rocker switches. Slide switches.
All modules assigned and dated might need a service. Mate, if you're spending $135,000 and then you're on top of that, you're spending $2,700 in shipping. I'm guessing someone's delivering it by hand. I don't know. Like, I'm really, really keen to meet someone who's actually spent that sort of money on a synth. And I just want to pick their brains and just say, look, why? Just why? Why would you spend that sort of money on a synth? That's just crazy money. That's, you know, in some countries that's a mansion of a house. In our country, it's probably lucky if you get a backyard dunny for that. But it's $200,000, by the way, Chris, if you're wondering. 200,000 Aussie.
Yeah. It's on that's eBay again as well. It's 97,000, and it's you can pick it up.
It's in summer coats, by the way. So it's, you know.
Yeah. Oh, but this is Alphington. I don't know what it's Alphington summer coats. I don't know what the hell that is. There's Alphington. Derbyshire.
Yeah, Derbyshire. Near the old forest, eh?
If it needs a service, then, you know, pop it down to Kent's, but wow.
Bit of a trek to Kent's from there.
Oh, yeah.
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 Cut lunch. Anyway, I kind of feel like 200 grand on a synth Aussie or 135 US, 135k US. It's just interesting. I'd love to meet someone, like I said, who has spent that sort of money on synths. There definitely are. A lot
of them tend not to be approachable, though. They tend to be famous.
Yeah, I mean. Is this guy going to sell it for that price?
Well, he's selling it. I mean, he's selling it through Soundgas. Now, Soundgas obviously are a company that do lots of this sort of thing, really. I don't know how, because it says there's no VAT can be applied to it. But if Soundgas is selling it on his behalf, their commission should be VAT. It's a small point, but the commission should be VAT applied. It's difficult to know, really.
Well, if you sell it overseas, you don't have VAT.
No, yeah, it goes overseas, but
but then if we bought it in our country, even if it's secondhand, it doesn't matter. Anything over $1,000 Australian invokes a duty import fee, and the GST side of it would probably be arguable because it's secondhand. I'm not sure how the laws work. So, but knowing our luck, we'd probably have to pay GST on it as well. So there's another 10%, and I think the duty on average is usually around 5%, and there's admin fees and stuff on top of that. So you'd be looking at, like, I don't know, 25 grand. Just 25 grand. You know, just in taxes.
The eBay sale says, please note, strictly payment by bank / wire transfer in British pounds. So, I mean, you're buying it sight unseen, basically, which is risky at best.
Wags, which Marcus are you talking about? Are you talking about Marcus in Brighton? As in Marcus Fuller, or a different Marcus? Sorry, Ian, what were you saying?
No, I was just you basically, like I said, buying it sight unseen, which is it's got to be risky. I mean, but if you've got £100,000 to spend on £100,000 to spend on a synth, and you've got probably another 20-30 grand to have it, serviced properly. Money's no object, is it really?
Yeah, that's true. All right, what we're going to do is we finished the price watch, by the way. Quick question for you guys. Florian Schneider. I would definitely be all over some of that stuff if I had some spare cash right now, just so I can have a little bit of history of Kraftwerk.
Yes, so. Yeah.
See, I'm not bothered about that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
I'm not bothered about the fact that I don't like necessarily buying something because somebody famous has had it. So it wouldn't bother me.
If it has a musical concept, yeah. But if it's like, his stapler.
Yeah, he
does nothing.
Why
for
would
me,
I want
no.
his? Yeah, why would I want his
Yeah, I'll
passport?
just go in the drawer with other junk.
Who wants his manky old suit? Exactly.
Oh, God. One of those staplers is Florian's. I don't know which one it is.
Yeah, that staple. That staple belongs to somebody famous once.
Ian belongs to Ian. He's famous. He's on YouTube. He's that
Record.
geezer on YouTube.
This stapler belongs to a record label.
That influencer on YouTube, yeah. Or is it Effluencer?
Affluencer. Dear.
Yeah.
Right. Let's do one more clue for the synth quiz, eh? While we're at it. You ready?
I am.
MIDI filter. MIDI filter.
DJI 6000.
Put it in the chat. Put your guesses in the chat. You know what? Everyone should have got this one straight off the bat.
But everyone did.
So type in synth quiz.
But someone got
space.
there first.
Who got there first?
Yeah.
Wags.
Of course he did.
Where? Where's his guess?
Way. First clue.
Yeah.
I missed it.
I missed it too.
Show.
Yeah. What did he say?
Right up
Okay.
there.
I'll go back.
Go back.
Right up there.
I'm
He went for an ovation.
Okay. Cool. Just put your synth quiz guesses in chat. Just go like this: synth quiz, and then put my answer like that. That really helps.
Yeah.
Vicky's going for the Mini Nova. So a couple of Novation guesses coming in, guys. Just stay away from Google is what you guys need to do. James is going Roland JDXA. Yeah. While we're at it, though, while we're doing the synth quiz, I just wanted to give a shout out to a really, really lovely post that we got this week on the Facebook site, the Synth Geekery Facebook site, which, by the way, the chatbot's been spamming you guys in the chat. You can find the link to it. You know Sean from Sean Johnson Music? You guys know he's in the chat.
Okay.
I wanted you guys to know, just wanted to say how much I enjoy and appreciate the Synth Geekery show every Saturday morning. I love having the show on with my morning coffee, working in the yard, running errands, whatever is going on. Look forward to the show every week. Really appreciate that, mate. It's awesome to hear that. Hardly anyone says that. So, if you guys do think
lovely.
that and you think, oh, no one ever says that, it's true. No one ever says that. So I do really love seeing that sort of stuff. It just makes me want to come back each week.
Oh, that's good.
So good on you, Sean. Appreciate that. So
Thanks,
Vicky
bud.
said the Novation Mini Nova, as I mentioned before. Chris, you said the Korg monologue.
Just so that's different. I mean, there's no point guessing the same thing as Wags. He's already guessed it, so what's the point?
Yeah, it's not that, is it?
All right. Well, Wags is going to be
right.
Wags is going to be pissed off.
Ooh.
Because the answer isn't the Mini Nova or the Novation. So you guys are wrong. It's not. The answer is the Korg Micro Korg 2.
Ah, okay.
Oh.
Step sequencer is the audio step sequencer, and MIDI filter is on the far right hand side under the edit buttons. Dubstep is actually one of the patch switches on the patches. There we go.
Filter.
Yep, that's the answer.
Well, you told him.
Wow. So it wasn't a TW6000.
No.
No.
And I had, if you guys wanted clues, there was like just about 3 weeks worth of the clues.
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh, I know.
For that one.
If we were paying attention to the text written on top of you.
I know you said it, Vicky. I know you did, mate. But Microkorg 2 is the answer. I know, right? Why do they have dubstep written on
I know,
a 2023 synth?
Very, very odd.
It is. But then again, it does have a lot of retro stuff on there, so that might be the reason. Anyway, that's it there. All right, let's do On This Day in Synthland. On This Day in Synthland, indeed. What happened to my filter sweep? Let's do that again.
Wait, well.
Here it goes.
No effects, just noise and an oscillator. Don't you love it, guys? Don't you love it? Don't you love it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Right, On This Day, Ian, this is going to be your segment, I reckon.
Yep.
Anyway, what should we find out here? Well, I think the big one is this is the 25th of October, by the way, on this day. It's not on this week or on this month, it's just today.
Just today.
25th of October. The Spice Girls went #1 in the UK with their single Spice Up Your Life, taken from their second album, Spice World. That was 97. God, time flies, isn't it? Right?
I think I took my kids to see the movie.
Yeah. I just want to, actually, the first thing I want to tell you guys is who was born on the 25th of October. And I'm just going to pick a couple of interesting ones out. Glenn Tipton. You guys know who Glenn Tipton is? He's the Judas Priest guy.
Okay.
You've got Matthias Jabs from the Scorpions.
Yeah.
You've got Chrissy Amphlett. Who knows Chrissy Amphlett?
Oh.
It's a fine line between pleasure and pain.
May she rest in peace.
The Vinyls, yes, she's already left us. She was born in 1959.
I've got that album, the famous album. From
yeah, it's a great album.
Yeah, it's a good
I
album,
actually saw them in Darwin years ago. She was crazy, that woman. Chad Smith from the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Who?
Yeah.
Chad Smith from the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Oh, Chad. Okay.
Yep, good old Chad.
Bassist.
Katy Perry.
No, that's Flea as a bassist.
Guys, guess what year Katy Perry was born?
Oh, my God, an astronaut.
84.
An astronaut was born today. Wow.
Yeah, an astronaut, yeah. The one that kissed the earth when she landed. Who likes the Bare Naked Ladies? Ed Robertso was born in 1970.
Okay.
Year older than me. I didn't actually know that. Anyway, so there you go. There's a couple of birthdays. Now,
Nice.
the other thing that I was going to mention is, where are we? Where is it? I've lost it. I've lost it. There was a... where's it gone? It's got to go back. I've got to go back. Yep. Here we go. R.E.M., The Smiths, and Tom Waits all appeared on a famous TV show called The Tube, which broadcast live from Tyne Tree Television Studios in Newcastle upon Tyne in England. If you guys have ever been there, I've been there. Oh, that way. Don't they have that massive statue of the angel or something? up that way.
Angel of the North.
Angel of the North.
People.
That's
right.
that's a great statue. That thing. Yeah.
I don't think that was around.
Sculpture, I
Yeah.
guess, yeah.
Anyway, maybe
the
that
tube was amazing.
That wasn't around in '85 though. That statue, surely.
No, it wasn't. It was much later. It was the Angel of the North.
Yeah. Anyway, so that was 1985, and REM did one of their famous songs.
Angel of the North was just after 2000, wasn't it?
Yeah, just after Millennium, I think. Yeah.
When you go up the A1 heading north, you can't miss. Literally, you can't miss it. It's just by the side of the.
Actually, yeah. If you've never seen it before, it actually scares you. You kind of go, "Oh, what the hell is that?" It's actually kind of freaky looking.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
I think that'll do. We could talk about 1964 if you want. I know this is not really synth related, but 1964, the Rolling Stones appeared for the first time on the Ed Sullivan Show in New York, performing Around and Around. And then a riot broke out in the studio afterwards, prompting Sullivan's infamous quote, "I promise you they'll never be back on our show again." The Rolling Stones went back on to make further 5 appearances on the Sullivan Show between 1965 and 1969. There you go. That was when they were a bit more tame, though. They kind of, even though they were like having riots and getting drunk and stuff like that, they got more sort of crazy in the late 60s and early 70s. Yeah. Cliff Richard made his first British radio debut in 1958 on the BBC's Saturdays Club. The show started life as Saturday's Skiffle Club in 1957, hosted by Brian Matthew, and was broadcasted from 10 a.m. to 12 noon Saturday mornings on the BBC Light program. So you'd be able to watch that, and then straight afterwards you'd be able to watch the Synth Geekery show. How's that, hey?
Yay!
Well, watch that, listen to that, I should say.
Might need a time machine, yeah.
Yeah, you might need a time machine. And I think good old Cliff and Brian Matthew might be a bit beyond us these days, eh? Is Cliff still around? I don't know. I can't remember. Did Cliff still around?
He's still kicking, apparently.
Cliff is still kicking. Yeah.
His face isn't moving, but the rest of him is.
Yeah. Oh.
Jeez. Right.
Generic.
Well, who enjoyed the On This Day segment? Who's enjoying that?
Yeah, and apparently, just one more.
That's
the
good,
Beatles began their first full foreign tour on this day in Sweden.
America? No, Sweden. Okay.
Performing twice at a secondary school auditorium.
Was that good? They did it twice.
19...
Yeah, so good they played it twice, yeah. That was 63.
63, wow. There you go. So yeah, interesting.
I like this.
I try to get it synthy, but it's a bit hard. So
It's a bit musical.
you get more music. You get more musical.
A bit obscure.
Yeah.
Some of the facts are going to be obscure.
It's a bit. There's a few databases out there which do list synth stuff by date, but it's actually generally quite hard to sort of pinpoint an actual date that they released. Like especially in the 70s and stuff. The UP 2600 was released on this day in blah 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 1970. Well, it's hard to pinpoint. They'll just say it's 1971 or 1975 or. These days it's a little bit easier because you've got things like YouTube and social media and stuff like that. You can pinpoint it. But it's a bit harder to sort of pinpoint.
George Bizet was born today. If we're going classical, in Paris.
Well, yeah, there's a heap actually. The list of people.
There's loads.
Yeah. Helen Reddy was born today as well, and Kiara is a more recent one.
John Anderson from Yes.
Oh, what's happening with him? Is he still around, John?
Yeah. Born in 44. Yeah.
He's the guy with the really high voice.
Yeah.
Move yourself.
Yeah, that's the man. And he's about 4'11".
Yeah. Got kicked in the balls a few times at school.
Sorry, John.
Good on you, John.
Yeah.
He's probably been the butt of those high voice jokes all his life. He does talk when he talks. Normally, he talks in a high voice as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And this is very northern. Well, actually, it's very England. But Chris Norman, who you'll have never heard of, who was a band called Smokey, British pop rock act. It's his birthday today as well. Their biggest hit was probably "Living Next Door to Alice" in the 70s.
Alice.
Who
is Alice?
Yeah, but the original that was the.
Huh?
Yeah, that was the comedy version, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Who kicked the bucket on this day? I don't know, probies.
Oh.
There is a few people that have written who died.
Deaths. See, we had deaths. More
BBC
deaths
Radio's longest-serving DJ John Peel dies in 2004 on this day. DJ John Peel, a hugely influential British figure in music, died at the age of 65. He okay, so if you don't know who John Peel is, I actually am an Australian, right? And I know who John Peel is, and I know him because he's actually responsible for this thing called the Peel Sessions. Yeah. And so the Peel Sessions are actually really iconic because he would get bands in, like New Order, Joy Division, all sorts of bands like that, right? And he would actually record almost full albums with, them.
Full sessions and really champion underground music.
Yeah, just gigging. It's crazy. So that's John Peel, by the way.
John Peel.
Jack Bruce died today. Now, if you don't know who Jack Bruce is, 60s band The Cream, fantastic bass player, absolutely brilliant bass player.
Eric Clapton.
He died today. Yeah.
Cool.
I
remember.
Yeah.
That's it, really.
Yep. Yeah. Oh, yeah. 2004, mate. It's 21 years ago. So he's well and truly passed. But yeah, it doesn't seem like that long ago. I remember when they announced it that he died. To me, it doesn't seem like that long ago. But now I'm thinking about it, and yeah, it was actually a while ago. Because my first kid was only a baby.
I never really listened to, in the 80s, I never listened to Peel that often, but I did listen when I thought he played our cassette, because if he sent a cassette into John Peel on his radio show, which was always on in an evening, I think it was Friday evening, if I remember rightly, he would play it. He would play a track off it. So he would play almost anything. And a lot of the time it was rubbish, really. A lot of it was pretty poor stuff. But then
you had to pick it.
Yeah. I mean, then he'd come at you. The undertones. He loved the undertones first song so much that he played it, I think, 3 times in a row, something like that. But no, he was. There aren't DJs like him anymore. Sadly, really champion underground music on mainstream the mainstream radio in the UK.
He had this way of interviewing the bands too, which I liked, because I kind of felt like it was a bit more technical than propaganda type. How most they interview about the propaganda stuff. He interviewed them, and he was talking about, quite often he'd be talking about what new instruments they were playing. He'd be talking about when they were recording, how long they spent in the studio, how long they've been writing for. It was kind of not always about instruments, but it was about the technical side of being a musician. Obviously he does some about touring and things like that. But I remember, if you ever can find it too, there's a great interview which he did with Bernard Sumner from New Order. And Bernard didn't like, he had this thing probably during his druggy days. He's probably still druggy days these days, but he just didn't really like talking to people about stuff. But if you got him talking about stuff that he liked, he wouldn't shut up. That's the thing with Bernard, right? He still like it today, apparently. But so this guy Peely, he got him talking about the Oberheim DMX.
Oh, cool.
And he's going, how long have you been using drum machines? And Bernard Sumner would be like, or we, influenced them from, I can't remember who he said, Kraftwerk, I think he said. He started talking about Kraftwerk, and yeah, it's quite a good interview.
Yeah. I mean, John Peel's son is a British DJ. I think he's on Radio 1. He's not championing underground music like his father did. But so Tom Ravenscroft is John Peel's son.
All right. Okay. I haven't heard of him.
Yeah, he sort of does mainly club type music, I think.
Well, I think the BBC, and in Australia we've got the ABC. Not to be confused with the ABC in the US. The ABC in the US is more of a commercial platform. In the UK, the BBC is the government-run broadcasting. Yeah. In Australia, the ABC is the government-run broadcasting. Yeah, technically. Yeah. I mean,
the government would love to. Our government would love to really control the BBC, but they sort of do and they don't.
Well, it depends on what government's in, doesn't it?
Exactly. Whichever government you've got, they're always complaining about how badly the BBC is.
That's right.
Anyway, so what generally is happening between the two is they actually do share content with each other, which I've always loved about them. They've done it for years. And so if you're an Aussie living in the UK, you can actually get some ABC stuff broadcasted on whether it's BBC One, BBC Two, all the different channels they've got, and vice versa. So in Australia, we would get the Peel sessions in the 80s. I remember listening to them when I was living in Adelaide as a kid. But they would be late at night. Right, so they'd finish all the Australian crap, which just bored you to tears because it was all just bullshit, and then you get some really good content that was BBC stuff, and I loved it. It was so good. So yeah. I don't know if anyone else from Australia watches this show and remembers it too. It was in the 80s. Now they've got so you guys. This is an example for you, Ian. So we used to do this show on TV called Rage, which is like basically
still goes.
It's still around. It's one of the longest. They have like guest DJs on it, and they'll just programmers, whatever you want to call them, and they'll just mix a whole bunch of music together for hours and hours and hours. Anyway, so you guys used to get Rage in the UK because I was there and watched it, and I thought, wow, this is actually an Australian show. And used to get it, and apparently it was actually really popular. You guys loved it, and it's one of those things where BBC and ABC share stuff. It's still on now, but this was more in its prime. It would have been probably the 90s when it was in its prime. Right, okay. Yeah. We used to do things like the hottest 100 on radio, on this radio station we've got here called Triple J. And you guys in the UK would play our hottest 100. Apparently you loved that, and that's again a 90s thing. So yeah, there's a whole bunch of stuff we share with each other.
That's brilliant. Basically, John Peel was his real name.
His real name was.
I've got his book. I've got his autobiography, because he'd written half of it before he died, and I think his wife has finished the other half. I've got it. I've just never got around to reading it.
I remember finding out his real name. I don't know when it was. Maybe it was when they announced his death, and I thought, oh, was that his name? I thought his name was Peel, and well, they used to call him Peely. He
thought Ravenscroft was too posh.
Yeah, well,
that's his reasoning.
Yeah, but he had to. But that makes sense. You know his character. He had
it
to.
Does, absolutely, yeah.
He had to sort of get to the bands on their level at times, right? And some of them were like,
he didn't have a toffee name.
Especially in the late 70s, they were like punk bands. He was interviewing punk bands.
He had a producer, a guy called John Walters, who was he was as much as influential as Peely was, really.
Yeah,
but he's producer of the Peel show, and that was John Walters was a great guy. Happy days, yes. Okay. No, I like the new segment. Cool,
good.
I'll prepare something for next week.
Yeah, it's fun.
Good.
Awesome.
I mean, it's not like we need segments. The one segment that my favorite segment, if you ever want to know, is Name That Synth, and that's the hardest segment to put together, because either I have to go and film one every week, which I'm not going to do, or I've got to wait for someone to send one in, and it's been really few and far between lately, to be honest. And they are really, really enjoyable whenever someone does one.
Yeah. As your
Don't
head
feel guilty.
just said that Bono is actually called Twat, and he's correct, because I somewhere have a badge which has a picture of Bono on it, and it just says Twat. So that is official. Yeah.
Was that Peely that did that?
I don't know actually, but I bought in Camden Market one day. I was in there. There's this guy who. He's dead now, but he sold these incredible badges. I bought two. One was a picture of Bono, which just said Twat, and the other one was Make Coldplay History, which I thought was just two great badges. I've still got. I need to find the. Actually, to be fair, Coldplay came and rehearsed in Frome, but before they played Glastonbury last year. Was it last year? Last year, yeah. And they did raise a load of money for the local recording studio for kids to go and work in there and learn in there. They raised, I think they donated £10,000 along with a load of their records, which was sold for auction in the local record store. So they, Coldplay did do a nice thing for the kids of Frome last year, really. But I still think Coldplay are crap. Just my opinion. Okay, getting back to the Name That Synth, I think it's a good idea to probably remind people how to find it. If you want to do a Name That Synth segment, head to ranzee.com, click on the Name That Synth link in the menu, and instructions are there. Get rid of the ads. Instructions are there. How to play. Partner Guru is Plugin Guru. But to contribute, there's the information that you need to contribute. There's an example video there, which is controversial. You know what? Why don't we play that? I think it's a good idea.
3, 2, 1, go.
That was terrible.
Nice knobbage.
Yes, they've always done.
It was controversial because everyone thought it wasn't a synthesizer because there's a whole bunch of eurorack modules, but it is a synthesizer. Eurorack modules are synthesizers, and it was just one particular grouping of it, which I thought was, was relatively helpful.
It was one of the first, after the Moog one, so it kind of qualifies for that reason alone.
Yeah.
It's a recreation, I guess, technically.
I'm just trying to think, what one should I do now? Is it this one? Yeah, we'll do this one. I'll do one more for you guys. So this is another one I did. This one's probably a little bit more polished. Has it paused? Yeah, it looks like it's paused. Hang on a sec. I'm using OBS Studio.
Oh.
OBS Studio hasn't paused.
Interesting.
Yeah. Give me a sec. Yeah, it's playing up. Software's playing up. I can't do it unless I...
Damn the internet.
It's not the internet. It seems to be my vMix software playing up.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's like it's lost that
Will to live
video.
Well, it's still sitting on that.
Protocol.
All right.
It's like it's just zonked out.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's
Another Windows update.
Yeah.
Yeah.
NDI, isn't it? NDI?
NDI.
It's the protocol you talk about. Yeah, NDI, yes.
Yeah.
NDI'd.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, I've signed out. Hang on. Google signed me out in the middle of the show. By the way, while we're waiting for me to like get off my ass and fix that, it's like it's frame rating. Look at that! It's actually changed now. It's gone to a different frame. It's I'd say vMix software's crapped itself. All right, let's start Saturday Sonority. All right, so Saturday Sonority has officially started. Guys, ask us anything whilst I am fixing up YouTube. YouTube's still working, isn't it? We're still streaming, right?
Yeah, we still. I think we are.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right, good.
As far as yeah.
Yeah, still streaming.
Now, is it going to let me?
I think I'm a few seconds behind.
Yeah, down too. I have decided to buy an MPC Live 3.
Oh, are you serious?
Ooh, absolutely. But I can't get one until December.
Oh, really? Because they're sold out?
I've sold stuff. Yeah, there is none anywhere. I've sold a few things and bits and pieces to fund it.
Oh, exciting!
But yeah, so it's definitely going to happen. So I might. I mean, it'd be nice to have it before Christmas. It's nice to have it now because I'd gig with it at the end of next month.
No, you might be lucky. 'Cause I've had stuff that's said they're not going to turn up till January next year, and it turns up in December. So
yeah,
hopefully they gave you a pessimistic
hip hop. No probes. It's not going to be hip hop. I can tell you that.
Hey, whoa, hey!
Gonna get a Cybertruck. yeah, right. Yeah.
All right, here we go. Now, if I get this up here, lots of drinking going on. All right, here we go. I'll play it through the built-in vMix thing. All right, here we go. It's a Roland. GDXI.
Oh, cool. Nice. Sounds alright, that thing.
What made it even harder was that in the video I was filming my white JDXI, and there's not a lot of white JDXIs out there. And so that probably threw a lot of people off when I was doing it. But yeah, that's probably a good version of, you know, I'm not saying I'm brilliant or anything, but it's probably a better version of a Name That Synth compared to the other one I did, which is a good piss take. But yeah, so if you do, they don't have to be as good as that. They don't have to be, if you do better, then, you know, it wouldn't be hard. But, you know, some of the ones that we've had in the past where people have just put some material over the synth and just had the audio play. The thing is, the trick to it is that you can't use any external effects. No compression, no delays, reverbs, anything like, no effects. It's got, if the synth has effects in it though, like the JDXI's got stacks of effects in it. JDXI's got 2 digital voices, a drum voice and an analog voice in it. So it's like 4 parts. So that thing, you know, that's why that sounded so diverse. And you can, if you guys want to do a workstation, go for it. If you want to do a montage, do it. Yeah. You'll probably throw all of us off the set if you do a montage. I've heard people make montages sound like CS80s or DX7s even, for that matter. Yeah, it doesn't have to be obscure. You know, if you think, oh, I know, I've got a real well-known synth, like, I don't know, Korg Minilog. I've got a Korg Minilog here. If I do a Korg Minilog, they're all going to guess it. Maybe. Give it a go. Anyway, so if you do enter your video in and nobody guesses the synth that you've entered, like the last 2 by Tristan that he did, you get a copy of the Plugin Guru's Unify software and some libraries as well. And it's worth about, I think Skippy told me it's worth about $100 US, so it's not a bad price to get. And he's got a new version out too, so you'll probably get that.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, yeah, weird thing happening with the chat name. Sorry guys, it's not anything I can do from me. I've got no control over it. Maybe you could go into your settings and reclaim your original nick.
Yeah, a couple of people have said that they can go in and edit it now. Someone edited it on the show. So.
I've just had a blip where I couldn't post. It kept failing to post in the chat, but just done it on my phone and it worked fine. But
you know that outage that Amazon had earlier in the week?
Monday. Yeah, AWS.
So that was worldwide. Down. So they had outage. Amazon
I missed that.
It affected the whole world. There were people in Microsoft and in Google that were affected by it, and that actually kind of had me scratching my head because it shows that these companies are using each other. And I noticed that there was a couple of weird things going on in the YouTube Studio part. So YouTube was working. Okay, yeah. But some of the things that the YouTube Studio does, I don't know, they may be hosting it on Amazon servers or maybe they're number crunching it on Amazon servers. I'm not sure. But yeah, there were some things that were down. You couldn't use it. And it kept coming up with an error message saying, we apologize, it's down. It was only for about a few hours. It wasn't long. Didn't really care either. But apparently there were people with, there's a payment system with PayPal. I can't remember what it's called. The PayPal own it, but it's a payment system and it's all over the world. It's a bit like, you know, how you tap your bank card on the FPOS machine, right? It's a bit like that, but it's a payment system that PayPal do. Not Afterpay, it's something like that, right? And that, I actually was quite surprised how many shops actually were down because of that payment system. I actually didn't realize how many people used it. It was huge.
Just bricks and mortars shops, or were you talking about online?
Well, both.
Okay. Ian, your comment then in chat was being held for some reason. It's not the one that says thanks. Good to know. Yeah, I've just let it through and I wasn't watching, but it was being held. I don't know why.
Oh
wow.
Okay.
Doesn't like it, Ian.
Interesting.
I
just
looked down and noticed it was held.
Oh, he used
it must be.
There was an X in there that probably triggered it.
An X? Oh,
yeah. There's like
so
2 away from 3 X's.
Don't put kisses in. Is that what you're saying? Let's try that.
I don't know. I just looked down and noticed
5
it. Thought.
Oh, here we go.
No, it's coming through now.
Didn't mind that.
I mean, that's a beer.
Right.
4 X's?
Well,
5
yeah,
X's?
4 X, an extra one.
4X was a beer, wasn't it?
Yeah, 4X
5X a beer too?
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah. Probably.
You see, now half God's been held now for that, for some reason. I'll let it through, so...
See?
But he was put 3X.
Stuff happening.
A triple X, you see?
Mm.
No, it's triple X, isn't it? It's XXX.
Yeah. Triple X movies.
Mm.
We've started the thing now. Everybody's sending kisses.
Everyone's trying it out. I want to try it.
No, because he's done another one.
I want to see if I get one.
Weird Ian X, and that's being held.
Yeah.
So, getting back to the outages, I noticed, do you guys remember the Cloudflare one, which was Cloudflare?
Yeah, Cloudflare.
That was the big one, and because a lot of websites use Cloudflare as part of their cybersecurity mechanisms and, load balancing and all sorts of, the bigger websites use it. So that was more of a bigger outage worldwide, but the Amazon one was kind of weird. It was kind of like, it was definitely an outage, right? It was kind of like people were, like there were some music businesses that were down because they were hosting their music businesses on the Amazon servers, and you couldn't do your music business through it. People selling VSTs and things.
I read that it was a DNS server issue with their accessing one of their database servers.
Yeah.
So I think just basically the address of their standard address for their server was no longer returning an IP from the DNS server, and so everyone was going, well, I don't know how to connect to this server. I don't know, can't do a domain name resolution. And then they've realised now that maybe they should use the last IP that worked. Wow, what a brilliant concept.
That person probably doesn't work there either.
Robustness in security, not assuming the internet always works. This is brilliant. Who's there? This is the first time anyone's ever thought of this, Rant.
Yeah, DNS servers. Geez, don't upgrade your DNS server without actually making sure that you back them up. Maybe think of that.
Yeah. But I mean,
it was a DNS issue. It definitely was. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was IP6, by the way.
Oh, okay.
I remember a few years ago when I was working at the University of York, and somebody cut through the main, I think it was JISC cable, which basically gave the internet to not only York University but Sheffield University and about half a dozen other universities in the north, and literally nobody had any internet. So we went home. I had to send students home halfway through a class, Yeah. Took them a couple of days to sort it out.
Isn't it crazy how you have to have the internet?
Yeah, it's so annoying.
So when they had the outage, there were people ringing up, right? On the radio. Oh, what do I do? The systems are down, and like the radio announcer said, "Have you heard of a pen and paper?"
Yeah.
Because honestly, you could probably just drop their details down. It wouldn't be hard. Back to chalk. Yeah, exactly, Paul.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't. Definitely wasn't a cyber attack. This was a bunch of IT dudes who basically probably don't have their jobs anymore at Amazon, I would say.
They're having lunch with the guys at Optus who have been fired.
Oh my god! Yeah. Have you heard about? You guys in the UK heard about we've got a telco in Australia called Optus, right? Which is It's our second biggest telco here. So they...
You're lucky. You've got off it. I'm still on it.
I got off, yeah. I used to be on them for years because they were slightly cheaper than our main one, which is called Telstra. And Telstra is kind of part government owned. It's kind of used to be the original telecom that we had here, and they renamed it to Telstra in the 90s.
Postmaster General before that, yeah.
Yeah. So Optus is actually owned by Singapore government, which is a parent company called Singapore Technologies own it, and it's actually owned by the Singapore government. And it's funny because they're in kind of a bit of hot water at the moment because they had an outage, and it meant that people couldn't call 000, which is our emergency number that they call in Australia. They call
like your 999.
So you guys are 999, 911 in the US, 000 here in Australia. And so actually 4 people in Australia died because they weren't able to call 000 through Optus.
Wow.
So there's that, right? So that's a pretty big thing. Then on top of that, the Australian Taxation Office announced that Optus haven't paid a single cent of tax. And so now these politicians are getting on the bandwagon and they're going, this company needs to be shut down. They're not paying any tax in our country. Their people are dying because they can't ring 000. It's like it's getting nasty. It's getting really, really nasty. So yeah,
I reckon that the supermarkets are loving it. So finally, someone else is not looking at us.
Your supermarket,
because we've got a big supermarket monopoly here in Australia, which is previously was the big, punching bag. Data leaks are the other thing.
So how is that related to synths? Well, so basically, when I was down south one year, I was on holidays down south one year, and I took my MPC Live with me, your old trusty MPC Live, and I was actually going to do a live stream down there with my mobile. I had worked out how to get the output of the MPC Live into the mobile audio input and actually stream it live. And the camera on the mobile was sitting on a little mini tripod. It was actually looking beautiful. I ended up recording the video, but I wasn't able to stream it live. And the reason why I wasn't able to stream it live is because Optus's network down south was absolutely crap, and you couldn't get a service down there. So I wanted to try to see if that worked with Telstra, which is the new company I'm with now, because they're supposed to have 99% coverage in Australia.
Supposed to.
So I went down, not exactly the same place, but within 500 meters, because we weren't staying in the same place. Within 500 meters, so literally within the same Kiwi, distance. And the area, if you're ever in Western Australia, it's called Wellington Forest, right? It's an area down south called Wellington Forest. Anyway, it's not a very good place to be for any type of radio type reception because it's all valleys and hills and lots of trees and and there's nobody there. It's all outback, right? Anyway, so I'm there and I think, okay, cool, I'm going to do a live stream. Guess what? I couldn't do a live stream with Telstra either. So basically, it's just a complete. Whenever those areas that you get somewhere in your country that are dead spots, right? No matter. So if you wanted to call 000, you'd be screwed.
Because neither of them work. Yeah, great.
But yeah, that was the link to synths. And there's actually, if you ever want to see the video, by the way, there's actually a cover song that I did on my channel called Circuitry, and the actual video is with me playing the MPC, and I took some of the footage of it and put it on the cover song, so you can see cows in the distance in the background with the MPC.
Nice.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. Yeah, guys, ask us anything. We're just waiting for you. Just talk amongst yourselves if you want. I think it's annoying though, because guys, Ian's a perfect example. He'd go to some synth places, right, over the years, and he tried to call into the show. Nothing wrong with calling him to show anything. It's not in this end, but because he might go indoors or because there's a lot of people in that particular area on their mobile phones, it becomes congested, and he just can't get a signal out in some cases. I think the one that was really tough for you might have been the Sheffield one. I think that might have been the tough one.
Synthfest, yeah. Tried it that year, and it was. I got a bit, but I couldn't hear anything, and you got sort of really quite choppy coverage, I think, visuals. But and then the following year, I think I tried it, and it was just there was absolutely no way, you know.
And then you did another
actually,
one.
interestingly, what
you did another one. It was beautiful. You did one that actually worked really well.
Yeah. Where was
I did one on the Friday night when I helped Rob and Peter load in, and there was nobody there. There was just people setting up that Friday night, and we did a live stream there, I think, to TikTok, and it worked perfectly. You know, but you're right, when you suddenly get hundreds of people together, you know.
Yeah. Vicky's asked me, have we ever seen a brown snake? I've just told him in the chat. I've seen them heaps. You see them all the way. They're really common in Australia, but you don't see. They don't sort of hang out with you. You're sitting on your porch, and a brown snake comes out and shakes your hand. They are scared of you, so they won't hang around. Yeah. You will see them more in the bush though. So if you go bushwalking, they'll race across the road or across the track and stuff like that. That's where you see them. But yeah, brown snakes are everywhere.
They'll go where it's like warm and, you know, comfortable for them, not drenched in water and stuff like that. So they can end up in, you know, laundries and stuff like that. Because
generally speaking, a lot of people think there are two types of brown snakes. Well, it's more than two, but the two main ones. There's the king brown, and then there's the standard western brown or brown. They just call it brown. The brown snake, that the ones that are deadly, like the third or something most venomous snake in the world, they're actually quite small. They're not they're probably, you know, a meter and a half at the most long. They're quite slender. It's the king browns that are the big, thick, nasty, fat ones that you see hanging half across the road type thing. And they're different species too. They're completely, apart from the color, they're different. But yeah, the standard brown snakes, generally speaking, when you see a lot of them, they're quite small. They can get big, and you know the full grown adults will grow quite big. Like, what do you reckon, Chris? A couple of meters, 2 meters, 2 to 3 meters. They can get quite big.
I've not seen a snake here in the UK for at least 10 years. We have grass snakes, but but I've not seen any snakes. They're very rare to see a snake here.
Yeah, it's probably not. You'd probably get a lot of pythons in, like carpet pythons and that in the UK.
We get adders is our.
Adders is the one, isn't it? Yeah. I haven't seen one of them. Yeah, I've not seen it. Not ever seen one of them.
I've seen a snake in the Lake District. That's where I saw one.
Yeah. Probably.
Because it's a lot of grassy sort of plains up there, and
nice habitat.
But it's not really like a hot habitat, is it?
Steve Elbow said it. I thought I saw a snake the other day. It was almost long enough to be a snake with some of that poo, I can tell you.
They're little subscriptions.
Somebody further up the street was having problems.
So Ranzee, we do get brown snakes.
Yeah,
you get brown snakes.
But they're coming from my sewer.
Well, those things the plumbers use when they, you know, the metal things that they spin down the pipes to clean the pipes out. They're called snakes as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought they were pythons. So adders are what you guys get in the UK. Okay.
Yeah, adders. Yeah, that's our only poison
black
snake.
adder.
Are they precision adders? Just out of curiosity.
I was gonna say. I was withholding. I was withholding all of my adder jokes. I was being very restrained.
You didn't need to. You could have just gone
So
nuts with that.
that's why because that's the way
it's the subtractors you got to worry about.
Yeah, British people never amount to much because they can only add, can't multiply.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. Hey, just by the way, I should mention as a disclaimer, the opinions of the guests that are on the show aren't necessarily the show's opinions.
Yeah.
My opinions aren't necessarily mine.
Your opinions aren't your opinions.
Ian,
I'd like to distance myself from my thoughts.
That's the stand.
Say again.
I take it that's the stand because we're chatting now.
Oh yeah, it is. Yeah. Yes, it was. Yeah. So these I've got new ones here as well. We talked about because Daren's on about buying one of these stands. So this is a stay stand, right? But a 2-tier.
Yeah.
So that's the standard length of support that comes with it. So it sits like that. It's got a little hook on this end, and then I bought. I think it came with two of the long ones, but I then bought this one. Now the thing about this one is it's shaped, so you can turn it round. So I can either I can put a smaller keyboard on it, or actually it will work with just an iPad on there. So yeah, they're not particularly they're quite expensive, but they're quite well built really, and you can just move them up and down. You know, I've stuck a little bloody thing on the top. That's not part of it.
Yeah, because it's the top layer. I need it to be angled more. I need to angle it more that way. Well, can you see?
Yeah, you can't angle them down on this one. There is another one I think where you can, but they have fixed height. They just go up and down.
Yeah, it's mainly because my rig set which I sit on. So where your keyboard is, that fit a case on there. So the keyboard case itself rather than the keyboard. No problem with the case.
Yeah, you can. It could come out to about here. So the end of it's sort of there. So if you had a deeper keyboard, it would be fine.
All right, yeah.
The case would go on there. Yeah.
It's just a little bit more flexible to set the stand up rather than my rig, because obviously my rig comes in a big, heavy, square frame. And
I mean, the 3 feet, the 3 legs, they all just clip in and clip out, and the whole thing comes in a great big bag, with pockets for the for these bits and pieces, But it's quite substantial, nice and light, better than a sort of standard X frame,
Yeah, you see that's I've got an X frame. You see, so X frame with the kit. Well, you've seen it on the thingies. Which is brilliant for what I want. It's just that if you get into a smaller EMOM, it's a bit of a pain to have space to open your big bag and try to get that frame all set up. So I was just trying to come up with an easier way. So if you get in smaller venues, it's easy. It's not so bad like playing out in the park or Stafford was massive. That's fine. You don't need to worry about it then. It's just when you get into some small spaces and you're trying to shuffle around with people moving, they want to get their set on and you've got a table. You know what it's like. And it's not the easiest thing to set up. It's sort of I have to set it up beforehand if I can.
Yeah.
So I was just coming up with an idea for using sort of like that type of stand. So basically, I can just chuck my main case on and the top on. Job done.
Yeah. So
I think Jim Glue uses one as well. A stay.
What are they?
I think he said he uses a stay intruder. I think it's called.
I don't know this one's called. So the length of this is. From the hook to the tip is 33 centimeters. So 13 inches.
Yeah, it's about a foot.
And it's got permanent little pads on it as well. So, I mean, they do a. You can. I think you can get a thing that goes on the top that replaces the top, where you can put a microphone stand on it. Like out of the top of it. But I've never needed to do that really.
Yeah.
I just use a standard mic stand if I'm going to be singing.
Yeah. As I'm working on a new rig setup, but it's going to be bigger, but I need it to be a bit more compact, sort of like, so it's getting bigger and but more compact is what I've got to try and come up with.
So that's my when I've been gigging with bands, that's what I've always used, the two keyboards, and I obviously got it out because Louise and I have started rehearsing really, so I'm using that keyboard with. We're not quite sure whether I'm using another keyboard or not yet at the moment, but it maybe just an iPad.
iPad, yeah, definitely. Well, iPad's part of mine now, so
yeah,
that's cool. So I'm gonna have to. I'm checking them all out, the different ones, because there's quite a few versions. They've got quite a few in the stay, and obviously there's different manufacturers that do their versions as well. So
yeah.
I'm just trying to find or check out which probably be the best. Whether I need it slightly taller or it's pretty stable. I take it.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I mean these are light keyboards, but it is. It's pretty solid, really. I've never had a problem gigging with it. It's never.
Well, luckily, most of my stuff because it won't be keyboard. Most of mine is controlling, so it's not going to be as banged around as a keyboard. So,
yeah, I mean, I can hit it pretty hard if I'm playing the keys sometimes. Awesome. And I did first wonder about whether the feet would be an issue, clipping them in and out all the time because they're on like little springs. But it's never been a problem, and I've been using it for 3 years. Granted, I've not done many gigs in the last year with it, but certainly I've had it longer because I used it before the pandemic. So when I was gigging in that blues band, I played a whole year, 3 or 4 nights, a month.
All right, yeah. So
no problem.
It's going to take a bit of punishment.
Yeah.
Plus, it doesn't have it doesn't have a massive footprint like the X-Frame does.
No.
So I can slide it up against the table underneath.
I've got my sustain pedal and the volume control.
Just underneath the
sit underneath, yeah. And I sit on the stool.
Nice.
Yeah, Biscuit's saying Gaz Williams likes stair stands,
Yeah. Well, guys, I think we're going to end the stream because I think we've kind of got through everything we need to get through this week. Thanks, Chris, Andy. Not Andy, sorry.
Chris, what was...
And
who was asking?
Andy and
Daren.
Yeah. So
you're welcome.
Someone, Mikey's just said, he's chopped his up custom. Ooh, what did he ask?
Who's this? What was this?
Who are you talking about?
Oh, chopped his up.
Yeah, I'm just trying to work. What was the question?
He chopped his up into custom configs.
Well,
what was the question? Basically, if it's the stand, basically it's a Gravity X frame, with the Gravity to second tier for keyboard, but the keyboard's second tier is a lot shorter. So if you've got a thick case on the X frame and you angle it quite steep, the second tier would hit the frame. So what I did is I welded extra sections on the second tier to bring it up higher, so it's about face height, with a plate on the front so that you can play. If that's what he was going on about, anyway. But yeah, it's extra welding on the second tier.
Awesome. All right.
Cool beans.
Good place to end the show. All right, guys. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday. Don't forget to press record.
See you guys.
Bye, everybody.
I'll take care.
And we'll see
Go
you
and listen to me tracks. Stay. Go and listen to me tracks. Stay.
Yeah.
The same as his stand. Stay. So.
Cheers, everyone. See you later.
Guys.
Bye, everybody.
Take care, everybody.